Hey, welcome back. I think this is video number 14 in our series on the pasta restaurant website development. Today we're working and continuing to develop the sample recipes page, and what we have to do to finish out the page is just to add the 4 recipes from the top of the page, starting with pasta puttanesca. All right. So what we're going to do is we're first going to add a new section that's 1 column to the page. And in there, we're going to start with a heading. This heading is going to, first of all, say the name of our recipe, which is pasta. Oops, I lost it there, which is pasta puttanesca. All right, we need this to be a different style of typography. Let's use our courgette. All right, and then let's just make this a little larger. I would say maybe about in the 30s somewhere. So a little bit smaller than what we had before. We don't want it to be larger than this, and we'll do that. All right, that looks good to me. I'm going to go ahead and update. I'm going to go back to my widgets, and I'm going to add an inner section. So this section is going to go in our previous section, and it's going to go right under our section title. This inner section is going to start off with 2 columns, and that's exactly what we want. On the left side, we're going to put our actual recipe, and on the right hand side, we're going to place a picture. So we'll go over to our widgets, we'll pull over some text. All right, we're going to come into our text, we're going to find the correct recipe, and I'm going to start with serves for, and I'm going to just grab all of that and copy it. I'll paste it in there, and for style, I'm going to just make sure that the typography is still Lato. Great. And I think I'll just make this a little bit bigger. So maybe about 14 looks pretty good. And the text color, I think I'm going to go with my standard brown. And then I'm just going to come over here and add a picture. I may want to come in to my text, and I can just bold this. I can also make this a little bit larger, maybe like a heading. Ooh, I don't want that. Control Z. Okay, I'll just bold it for now. If I hit enter first and then click and back out once, then I can change this to be just a little bit bigger, maybe like a heading size 4. And I'll do that for directions as well. Sometimes you have to play around with the text that you paste in. We'll make directions I lost it. Scroll down, click it, and heading size 4. Okay, that looks good. And now I'm going to move over to the other side. I'm going to grab a image widget, place it on the right, and go choose the correct picture. Making sure, because I labeled this, that I get the correct graphic. Insert that media, and I'm going to update the page. All right, to finish out this section, I'm going to go ahead and see if I can add that divider line. Now, that divider line is right here. Remember, it's under My Templates. Here's our dotted divider line. I'll go ahead and insert it, saying yes. There it is. Okay. I actually want it to be inside of this other section, and I'm going to see if it'll move there. It's not moving, so I'm just going to leave it exactly where it is and click Update. Now, The next thing that would probably be a good idea is not to have to reinvent the wheel here. So I'm going to come up and I'm going to duplicate this section because I've got 4 different recipes. Okay. As soon as I duplicate it, you'll notice that my divider line is in the wrong place, so I'm going to need to move it. So I'm just going to drag it up, 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 up. Come on, come on. It's moving. There we go. We want it to be right there. Okay. I'll add another section divider from my template. Say yes. And let's duplicate. Actually, might as well get this next piece of information in here. What's our second recipe at the top? Pasta with red peppers and broccoli. So we'll get that recipe next. And I will say pasta with red peppers and broccoli. Here we go. I'll switch out this page on the right, or excuse me, this recipe on the right. So I'm going to select all over here, and I'm going to delete. I'm going to go over to my text file, find the pasta with red peppers and broccoli, grab this text, copy it, paste it, update the page. I actually like this in the right color, so I might just bold this the way it is. See if I can get it to be, yeah. I'm going to Control Z that. I don't like the black. So I'm just going to bold it directly here, and then I'll go back and change it so we have consistency on the first recipe. Oh, it looks like I grabbed the same picture both times, so I better make sure that I'm grabbing the right pictures here. So I'll come in and I'm just going to make this a regular paragraph, but I do want it to be bold. All right, updating the page. Now, I better go check and make sure I have the right image here. This one is my pasta puttanesca. And so this one I haven't changed. Let's go get the one with broccoli. There it is. And this section is complete. All right, so we're going to duplicate again. Are you ready? So we can just come up here, duplicate the section. It appears down below. I'm going to need to move that divider line up. Doesn't like to move very fast. There we go. Save and update often. All right, now this is going to be my third recipe. Now if you'll notice when we grab that, we'll grab the picture first. The third recipe was the Mexican frittata. I'm going to come up here and click. We want this to be an Italian themed restaurant. So let's just, I think in the file I called it like frittata Italiano or something like that. So I'm going to double click that and I'm going to call this frittata Italiano. This is fictional, so we can call it whatever we want, right? All right, so we'll come back down. We'll come into our last recipe. We can call this frittata Italiano. Great. We need to switch the picture, so I'll click that picture and I'll switch it out. I'll come into this recipe, select all, delete, come to my text. There it is, serves 4. Go all the way down, copy, come over, paste it in, take my ingredients, double click, bold, double click, bold. All right, this is looking very nice. I haven't updated in a while. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and duplicate and then add one more line. So I'm going to duplicate the section from my last recipe. Okay, I forgot to add that divider line, so I'll go ahead and do that and move it up. Insert, yes. This needs to go up between the two recipes. There we go. And what is my last recipe? My last recipe is the angel hair pasta with chicken. So we'll come down here into our last recipe and we'll say angel hair pasta with chicken. It's always a good idea, by the way, to capitalize titles in title case. So important words are capitalized. I'll update that. Switch out the picture. And I think this was our picture. Great. And we need to actually get the recipe. So let's find where you are, Mr. Recipe. There it is, serve 6. It's a short recipe. Copy that. Come over to the left. Select all and paste for consistency. I'm going to bold that. I missed it. I'm going to bold that. And I'm going to bold that. All right. So this page is now complete. I'm going to update the page, give it a preview, and see how it looks. Really nice. We may want to make this top section right here full width because I don't like this gap out here. So I'll go ahead and do that. And maybe this section doesn't look good full width, so I'll expand that back in. So we'll make those corrections and then we'll be done. All right, so let's go back to our second section. This one was full width and we didn't want it to be. So I'll click here. I'll change it to be boxed. Okay, and update. And I'll click this section and I'll try and make it full width and update. Preview the page. That looks better, definitely. All right. Okay, everyone. The only other suggestion I would say on this would be that this text is just a little bit small. So we might want to change that and update it to be just a little bit more visible. But besides that, we did a great job. We'll end the video here and I'll see you next time.